TBISE, the best in sports and entertainment. We're here to speak about sports, give you my opinion of sports. We're going to build something here at TBISE in the future as we go on, as we proceed in the sports world. We're going to build something that's going to be amazing. I want to welcome everyone to our network. So if you ever, on Instagram, follow us on Instagram at TBISE 247, and also subscribe to TBISE 247 Sports. I want to speak about a few things. Firstly, I want to pay the bills. When I want to speak about Pod Rooms USA. We're currently shooting in Pod Rooms USA. If you're ever looking to shoot your podcast, you want to look good on your podcast, you want your podcast to sound right, you know what I'm saying? Log on to Pod Rooms USA on Instagram and book your time. Check us out here. This is a great place to come and shoot your podcast, as I mentioned. So just jump into the sports world. We have a few things that I want to talk about in the boxing world. To mention my guy, the Can Man, Adrien "The Problem" Broner. He's back versus Blair Cobbs, which is a Don King promotion, June the 7th at the Seminole Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is a good fight. I know Broner been off for a while in this fight, and I can see that he's taking this fight serious. He looks like he's got into some type of shape. I just hope that in this fight, Broner, kind of propels himself and pushes himself to the limit to get back to some type of success in the boxing. So Broner's gonna be fighting Blair Cobbs. As I mentioned, Blair Cobbs is he's a character.
Glasses as well.
Blair. I'm going to kind of speak a little bit about Blair Cobbs and my experiences with meeting Blair Cobbs. But just to speak a little bit about Adrien Broner, I know he's been off for a while. He's now with Don King, and what I'm expecting from Broner is in this fight to kind of get back into the mix. I would probably rather. I'm not sure what weight class this is at. I don't know if it's at 147. Matter of fact, I think this is at 147. We have to check into that and see, but I think it's at 147. I think Broner's kind of, with the layoff, he's been propelling himself as far as he hasn't been in the limelight. I should say he hasn't been someone that people have been checking for due to inactivity. Him not putting himself in the right position, and also in his fights, it seems like Broner, even though how talented he is and how special he is as a boxer, it just seemed like Broner didn't throw his hands or his punch output in the big stages, because he's been on big stages. He fought Pacquiao, and to listen, Sean Porter. He's fought a lot of high caliber fighters. Just that when he got the opportunity, he didn't throw his hands, or he wasn't. His punch output was very limited. Blair Cobbs, Blair Cobbs is a boxer that he has a lot of antics inside the ring. He's awkward. I believe he's a southpaw.
Coming out of the nose
he's
now.
real awkward.
Answers with a left
I remember Blair Cobbs at a time in the early 2000s, I believe. I used to go to it. Well, I still go to the gym now. Shout out to Daryl Schuler, Memorial Gym. I saw Blair Cobbs there at the Schuler Gym multiple times, and he used to be there dedicated. I see him there every day, and I used to speak to him a lot about boxing. We used to always go back and forth. This is around the time right before Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao, or sometime before that. I'm not too sure about the time, but it was around that time when it was kind of debating about who was better, Floyd or Pacquiao. I remember Blair Cobbs speaking a lot about Pacquiao, saying they thought Pacquiao would get Floyd and so forth and so on. So I would see him in the gym. We would talk about that. But I always see him like he was dedicated. He was there every day. And at one time, I believe he was like training himself, if I'm not mistaken. I remember he would come to the gym and Bus and the guys there, not on duty, Buster used to be there working with Blair as well. But this just shows that with dedication and putting the the time in to your craft that you can reach certain levels. Because I remember just watching a fight, and I just saw Blair Cobbs, fighting on TV. This was probably like a Golden Boy promotion or something a little earlier than that. And I saw him, so I'm like, all right, cool. That's what's up, man. I'm happy to see that this guy that I saw on my city. I'm not sure if he's from Philly or not, but I remember seeing him in the Philly gyms and putting himself in a position where he has the opportunity to succeed. And as far as this fight goes, this is a 50-50 fight. Reason why I say it's 50-50 fight, you would probably look at Broner and say, like, you would expect Broner to win this fight, and then you look at Blair Cobbs, you would say, of course you would probably expect, him to come in and be game, but ultimately the name and the comparison is as far as resumes, you would probably expect Broner to win this fight. If I had to lean one way, I probably would choose Broner. That just depends if Broner is going to throw his hands, if he's going to throw punches. I know he likes to throw the straight right hand and the check left hook, but he has to kind of probably bring a little bit more to the fight, because if once he falls into that Broner where he's just waiting on a check left hook and a straight right hand, I don't see that being enough to possibly beat Blair Cobbs. He has to be active. Now, what Blair Cobbs probably has to do is, like I said, he has to avoid probably the check left hook and a straight right hand, because he's a southpaw. And normally the straight right hand is what orthodox fighters use to dismantle the game plan of a southpaw fighter. So if he can avoid the straight right hand and the check left hook and put a lot of pressure on Broner, he can make it interesting. But I don't think he has the ability to beat Broner, but we'll see. We'll see. I wish both fighters the best. This is just my opinion. TBISE.